Yeah, certainly excited about the bowl game. What a great opportunity for our football team. I've been trying to think. It's been about 8 years since I've had a bowl experience. So just going through the logistics, I realize how tough it is for people in the operations department. More power to them. But our kids are certainly excited. We've had 2 excellent days of practice. We are playing a very good football team in Coastal Carolina, and we are excited about the opportunity. We understand it will be a challenge, but we have to do everything possible to get ourselves ready to play our best game of football next Friday.
Questions?
Obviously, you play on the first day of bowl season this year. What's that challenge in going up in a little under 2 weeks' time from the MAC championship to this? Would you have preferred something a little later in the bowl season?
No, I actually prefer it early because we kind of stayed in our routine before the MAC championship game. We had about 10 days of preparation, so this is very similar. So we was able to put a schedule in place to give our kids some time off, to get their bodies back, but then obviously get the practice and the working that we need. And then they can go home. That's the big thing. It's been a long season. These kids have grinded. They've done everything we've asked since June. And so you get an opportunity to play a bowl game on the 17th, and then they'll get a month off before we start back up for off-season training, which gives them time to get away mentally and physically. And then obviously we got to start the process all over again because we will not get complacent. We will continue to move forward as a football program.
Coach, what are the few extra weeks of practice needed to grow the development of such a young team?
No, it's been fantastic. The last 2 practices was mainly developmental guys, giving them an opportunity to put their best foot forward before we get to spring practice. And then tomorrow we'll start into our game prep. We don't want the game prep to get stale and old. But we've had 2 excellent days. Guys are stepping up and competing and giving themselves a chance to play. We still got some guys that have 4-game availability left, and so we want to make sure we try to maximize that to the best of our ability.
Coach, we've seen you busy on the recruiting trail, cruising around some beats down in Florida the last week. What have you been able to take a look at Coastal Carolina on tape, and if so, what do you like about them?
Yeah, I've had a chance to watch him on my iPad, which I don't really like. I like to sit in my office and watch it. But what you see is a very talented football team. Offensively, they have difference makers at most of the skill positions. The quarterback is a leader. He's a guy that directs their offense. The tight end is an NFL player. The running back is a big physical downhill one-cut runner. They got some wide receivers, and then up front, their offensive line really works well together as a unit. They really not the biggest of offensive line that we've seen, but they are very disciplined. They coach extremely well, and then defensively, they got some difference makers. They got 2 defensive ends that can wreck a game. They got 2 corners that can lock down people. They are a very skilled football team and very well coached, and so it's going to be a great challenge. But what an opportunity we have to try to get to 10 wins, and that's our focus this week.
You talked a little bit about that game plan, and obviously you've put a lot of investment into your run game, the way you've drawn that up, and obviously with Coastal and their option. What goes into the game preparation knowing that you're going up against a team that has that same, not exact strategy, but a like-minded situation where they know where their power comes from?
Well, they better get their TV timeouts in quickly. I think the game is going to be very, very short. I think they hold people to 66 snaps on offense. So, if you only got 66 opportunities on offense, you have to make the most of those opportunities. So I think it's going to be a very physical game, very controlled game. And to me, we just want an opportunity in the 4th quarter to have a chance to win. And so we're going to do everything possible to make it a 4-quarter game and then see if we can make some plays down the stretch to win.
Obviously, a lot of these guys, it's going to be their first bowl game for them. What's the messaging coming across to them, keeping them focused, that sort of thing?
Yeah, no, they're focused. This is, I know we are the second youngest team in college football, but they are a pretty mature group in terms of football and what they want to accomplish. I don't think you win the type of games that we've been able to win without competitive maturity. And they've gotten better each and every week. And so they understand we're playing a good football team. Coastal allows you to stay focused. It's not a team that you can overlook. And so they've been focused. We've had 2 good days, and then obviously tomorrow we'll start into our game prep and really start honing in on the game plan.
Obviously, this is a bigger matchup, postseason matchup, but you look back on your season and you played a top 4 college football playoff team. You talk about experience. What kind of experience or what kind of message do you have to your guys this week that is so young, with a lot of them playing in their first postseason matchup?
Yeah, like I said, I think these kids are focused, right? We're not going to make this game bigger than what it is. It's the next opportunity to go out there and try to play your best game. I think they did that in the MAC championship. So this is, the same type of field, the same type of setup, just in a different location. And so, to me, you win the game at practice. And so what I'm seeing from practice means they are very focused on what they need to do to go out there and execute at a high level.
You touched on it a little bit, but what challenges did their offense present you guys defensively?
Well, obviously they got some option principles in their offense, right? They play a perimeter game of offense where they're going to get you in space and it's going to be some one-on-one opportunities. So we have to make those one-on-one plays. We have to have great discipline, great eye discipline with all the different things they got going on with their offense.
The situation where there's going to be multiple footballs on the practice field again?
No, we don't need multiple this week. We understand what they're doing. The multiple balls was for Kent because of the RPO, how long they ride the RPO, and I thought the multiple balls helped us. We obviously played a lot better the second time around, so that may be something we add to the repertoire as we continue to move forward.
Coach, for you, this is your first bowl game as the head coach. What does this mean to you personally and then individually for the team?
Yeah, I just think, I don't know if any team has went from no wins to 10 wins, right? We got a chance to make real history and to be in the book. So that.
You were voting the AP poll this week too.
Huh?
You got a vote in the AP poll.
We did? Oh wow, they must be running out of teams. Oh, that's good. What that mean? You like 40?
Probably like 30 something.
Oh, okay. Well, if we win this one, what a great opportunity to build some momentum into the 2022 season.
Coach, they mentioned you're out recruiting earlier this week. You're up against obviously the early signing deadline with that, and you're also preparing for a bowl game. Is this more stressful time of year for you, or is this similar to what you've had to go through all year?
Well, I mean, it's been a blur for me personally, but we came up with a plan. This bowl game is important, right? So we kept our staff off the road. They went out one day on Monday, and they've been game planning on Coastal, and then I kind of went all over and saw all the guys that I needed to see. We got a big recruiting weekend starting today. All of our committed kids will be on campus, so I wanted to make sure I got into everybody's home and saw them. So I did the brunt of the work. My staff, they worked on Coastal. They got a great game plan. They kept me updated, and obviously I'm a dig into the film this weekend and really catch up on studying the film so we can have a great game management on my part.
How atypical is that of necessarily your staff coming to you and saying, hey, here's the things we have to attack? Is it typically like it trickles down from you, or is it,
Well, normally I watch all the film and I say, okay, this is what we need to do to attack them. So they'll give me the ideas this week, and then I'll go verify it on the tape.
Obviously, talking about the postseason and beyond just this game, obviously Cincinnati getting into the college football playoffs, Coastal Carolina getting the respect that they did over the past few years. What's it been like to see this sort of resurgent respect for G5 programs like that?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it shows that, we can build programs the same, right? It's like when you was a kid, right? They say that kid puts his pants on the same as you put your pants on. and I'm happy for Cincinnati. They've been able to win 12 games. That is extremely hard to keep a team locked in with expectations. And I hope they make it play well in their semifinal game.
Coach, you've talked a lot about momentum this season. I know it was a little bit of a break between the last two games, but as far as like complementary football and your most complete game, you guys put that together in the toughest spot of the season. Do you feel that some of that momentum carries over into the bowl game?
Yeah, I never really talk about momentum like that because momentum is the next play, right? We lost to Kent, we came back and beat Ball State, right? We lost to Western Michigan, we came back and won the championship game. So I'm not a big momentum. I'm big into the preparation of how you prepare, how you execute, because to me momentum is the next play, right? Every play is a chance for momentum. So I don't buy into how we played, 2 weeks ago is going to determine how we play in this bowl game. We have to prepare and we have to practice and execute at a high level against a really good football team.
We are joined now by Nick Gatine, linebacker, Clint Ratkovich, running back, Trayvon Rudolph, wide receiver, C.J. Brown, safety. Questions for the Huskies?
First question, just because I don't think we got to hear from any of you guys after the MAC championship game, what does the title mean for you guys each individually?
Go ahead, C.J.
I feel like personally it means the world to me. I feel like I never won a championship before, and it's great to be a part of this team and win a championship for my first one.
Trayvon.
It felt amazing just because going 0-6 and then coming back, working in the off season, getting ready and prepared for this season to show people what we can do meant a lot.
Clint.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. It really paid off for the team too. Just the hard work that we've put in. It's awesome to see for the guys. Personally, it's a dream come true. You always want to play in a championship game, and it's awesome that we were able to get it done.
Nick.
Kind of going off what CJ said, I never have been in a championship for football, so it was pretty special for me, and it was, obviously pretty cool that we went from going 0-6 to winning the whole thing. So.
Clint, this will be your last game as an NIU Husky. Overall thoughts on your year here and what will you miss the most?
Overall thoughts, we accomplished almost everything we wanted to. Winning conference was one of our main goals. The next one was win the bowl game. So, we're going to prepare for that, try to get that done. What I'm going to miss the most is the guys. It's just the team, being around everyone. You don't really get that outside of a college locker room. You don't get that outside of a football team. So, it's going to kind of hit me hard after the last game, but that's definitely what I'm going to miss the most is the team.
On that same note, you're one of the veterans in a really young locker room. How do you help lead these guys into that bowl game setting and just get ready for the postseason with these young group of guys?
Yeah. So, honestly, some of the younger guys, they're helping me out a little bit because I've never been to a bowl game. So it's a little weird. We don't have school right now. It's kind of like a playoff feeling from FCS, but it's kind of cool to see some of the guys who have been through it, and it's just normal work for us. All the guys have been coming to work every day like it's normal practice, preparing the same way that we always have. So, so there's some guys on the team that have been through it kind of helping me out as well because, it is a little different.
Trayvon, you had mentioned, you go from 0-6 to conference champs in a bowl game this year. What does the opportunity to play in a bowl game mean to you?
It means a lot to me personally. This is my first bowl game. I never experienced one, and the opportunity to go to Florida too is a bonus just because we don't have to worry about the weather. Not too cold. It's going to be hot, so the weather is a plus. But I'm prepared for the bowl game.
Yeah, I guess this is for everyone. Nick, has anyone played? No one's played in a bowl game before, right? So this is the first time for all four of you. Just what's kind of been the message, kind of like what Clint touched on to you guys? I guess it could be for everyone else, but Clint. But what's been kind of the message that the coaching staff and the players have been getting across for this week?
Obviously, yesterday we didn't have practice, but Wednesday and today, kind of felt like fall camp almost. It was pretty competitive. We did a lot of good on good. So we're definitely not taking a break, and I think that's kind of been our MO the whole year, that we haven't really turned it off, and I think that's part of our edge that Coach Hammock talks about, and that we've really done a good job of instilling. So I think the message is the same. Obviously, like Trey said, it's going to be a great experience for us to go down there, have some fun, spend a couple days down in Florida in the warm weather in the middle of December, which obviously you don't get that nice weather up here in Illinois. So
Almost 40 today.
you're right. Today isn't too bad. But yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it, and I think the coaches, and we're going there to try and win as we should. So.
Same.
Yeah, just to maybe narrow it down a little bit for you guys, maybe a little different. CJ, just what has kind of been the message from the players that have been there before, from the coaching staff that has experience on, keeping the focus and making sure that the weather's nice, Universal is going to be great, but also remembering that there's a game to be played, that sort of thing.
It's just a want-to-know mentality. I feel like just go out there, play like it's a normal game, and go out there and win the game, to be honest. And I feel like it's going to really play for our seniors. It's what they've been preaching a lot of, because we have a couple older guys on our team. It's going to be their last game in college football. So just go out there, play your hearts out, and then end the season on a good note.
Piggyback on what Nick was saying, basically, they never changed the message regardless on it being a MAC championship, a regular game, or a bowl game. The message, don't worry about future games. It's always the same week, 1-0, 1-0, just to prepare for that team. We're not overlooking anyone. So this week we're just trying to go 1-0.
This is for the defensive guys. So Coach Hammock was talking a lot about how they like to run the football. They have kind of an option attack. Have you guys, we'll start with Nick, have you played against an option attack? And then on top of that, what would you say the defense has to do to make McCall beat you guys with his arm as opposed to just doing the ground and pound thing?
Today we kind of really got our whole meetings today were more coastal. And no, I haven't played any option style football since I've been here. So I'm honestly pretty excited about it, because obviously in the MAC we don't have that offense. So I think it's going to be a good challenge for us. They obviously are a good team. They have good players, and I think their quarterback does a great job of putting the offense through him. So honestly, I'm pretty excited. I was watching film today, and I even went in the locker room and I told Lance this is going to be a very cool experience for us, because we just don't get to see that style of football. So I'm excited.
Playing an option team, I feel like we're going to have to be on our toes, make sure everyone is accounted for. Even the quarterback player, get the quarterback, running back, get the running back always. So it's me personally, I never played against one in college. Last time I played against option team was in high school. So I just feel like we just have to go out there and do that. And then the quarterback, Nick said, he's a good player. And we have the defenders to stop him, so we just have to go out there and do it.
Similar question for the offensive players. Have you guys gotten a chance to see this defense on film yet? And what are some of the things that you guys are going to focus in your preparation next week to come?
Yeah. They're a pretty big defense. They'll switch from 4 down to 3 down a little bit. Pretty multiple. Got some really good athletes. So, it's going to be a challenge for us, but it's an exciting challenge. They got a lot of good players on their team, and we got a lot of good players on our offense as well. So it's going to be a good matchup, and they play very sound football. So, we're going to have to play sound on our end as well, take care of the football, and be able to run the ball, establish the run, and then open up the pass game a little bit.
I'll say with the corners and safeties, they're good, they're talented people, but at the same time, everyone has a weakness. So we're trying to really find their weakness, and when we get, know what they can and can't do, is going to help us. But we're just preparing to bring home a W.
Keep it with Trey here. I was in the game in Detroit, and there was so much juice on the NIU sideline. How important is it for you guys to bring that down to Florida and really keep it going against a really tough opponent like Coastal?
I'll say the energy that we have and bring every game is what makes us bring out comeback drives, game-winning drives, and just, keep pushing each other first through the fourth quarter. So if we don't have any energy, we are done from the start. But we always bring out the energy, come out hype, because that's who we are. We do it in practice, so we got, it's going to translate on the game. So the energy is us, and that's what we like to bring. So it's going to help us a lot on Friday.
And we asked Coach the same kind of question here. It's one of the first bowl games in the schedule. Do you guys prefer that, short rest period, short turnaround, or do you prefer that longer break?
CJ, go ahead.
I prefer that we get it out the way in a sense. Not really because we're already in the flow of practicing. So I feel like just the break time will kind of slow everybody down, like the long breaks. I feel like get us off our groove. And then we're just coming off a win, so just to tally on and get another one.
Nick?
Yeah, pretty much exactly what CJ said, but we haven't been to a bowl, so none of the young guys have really done bowl prep, but I heard that kind of stinks. So I guess that's a plus. We don't have a lot of bowl prep, but really what CJ said, it's nice, just to stay in the groove and stay locked in and be able to, just tally on top of the MAC championship.
Clint?
Yeah, I'm glad there's a really quick turnaround. It keeps you excited, We're practicing really hard. Today we had a really tough practice, and you think about next week, and we're already, almost a week out from the game, a little less than a week. So it gives you something to look forward to, and, it keeps you fresh because when you don't play a game for, a few weeks, if it's a longer game, if we had a, New Year's game or something like that, you can get a little rusty out there, and it might take you a while to get going, but the quick turnaround is awesome. I love it.
Okay.
Same with CJ was saying. I'd rather, be in a groove, just play it right then and there because being in Florida, we're going out there, it's hot, so the 3-4 days that we have to practice in that weather, you never know, it could mess up our groove. It could just mess up a lot of things. So I'd rather, be done with it than, wait it out.
I guess on the emotional and mental side of things, with having the bowl game so early, you guys will obviously get to go home for the holidays and not have to schedule practices around trying to accommodate for that. What does that do for you guys mentally and emotionally, knowing that, you get to get all of your work done and then you get to have the opportunity to be able to enjoy holidays and with friends and family like that?
Clint?
Yeah, it's awesome. You get kind of lost in the season, especially a long season that we had. You don't get to see your family a lot. They'll try to make it out to as many games as they can, but we're here basically all summer, and then as soon as school starts, you don't really get a chance to go home. So just having the opportunity to go home with the family and spend Christmas with them, maybe New Year's, is awesome.
Nick?
Yeah, obviously, it's something to look forward to. You get to, spend the holidays with your family, but like we said, I think we're really looking forward to next week and then putting what we got out on the field, and then enjoying the time off that we do get.
Yeah, I feel like personally, it's great to go out there and kind of get the game because it's sooner, so we can go home, see our family. I haven't really been home for a large period of time since probably the summer. So it's good to not just see my immediate family, but see the extended family, and then come back and get it all started again.
I'm happy we had an earlier game just because Christmas is, coming up, so I get to go back, see my parents, see cousins and everybody I haven't seen just because I haven't been home in a long time also, and half the time I've been forgetting the days, so it'd be like, did I call my people just to check up on them to make sure, they are still hearing from me and knowing that I'm okay.
Clint, this one start with you guys. It's really for everyone here. You guys are moving down to Florida here. It's going to be 80-some degrees. It's a lot different than what it's been in DeKalb. How, does that affect you guys condition-wise? Has that been something that you guys have focused on in practice this week? Obviously, you guys have been practicing inside, but has the conditioning, has the weather, the temperature been something you guys have talked about?
Yeah, no, for sure. If it's something we've definitely taken into consideration. Playing the MAC championship, it kind of got us prepared for that. We knew it was going to be hotter in there. Our coaching staff, strength coach was always preaching hydration. So all week, just, keeping that in the back of your mind, always drinking when you have a chance, water down Gatorade. And just the preparation beforehand, before you get there, is the most important part, because you don't want to go in, already feeling it. So, preparing before is going to be a big part of it before we get down there, and then just hydrating all week.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something we're looking forward to. But as far as the conditioning aspect, I mean, we practice as hard as we can every day, so we get our conditioning through that, I guess you could say. And like Clint said, the Junie's always been stressing, hydrate. The training staff has been stressing, make sure you guys start hydrating. So it's just another aspect that you have to take into consideration.
Yeah, like they said, hydration is key. So we know we just got to keep drinking water all week. And then I feel like it helps us that we have a practice in Florida, so we can get used to the weather there before the game starts. So we're not just going out there not knowing like what we react to the environment. So I just feel like that's big for us.
Yeah, hydration, and then playing indoors, it's not that hot. It's not as close as, being as hot as Florida, but it's hot in there, so it's getting us prepared also.
Anything else?
I had I've heard the other players from around the country use the adage when they're going on a big road game, it's like a business trip. Now a lot of business trips have a trip to Universal Studios in the middle of it. So I just wanted to know, was that something that excited you guys, that you're going to have a little bit of fun with this trip? And is there anything in particular about the trip you're excited about?
CJ?
I'm just excited about going to Florida, to be honest. And then the fact of going to Universal Studios, because I've never been there. Like, I've only been to Disney World. So, and then getting with the teammates and then building a team camaraderie. And I just feel like getting to know everybody. So that should be a good time.
Trey?
Basically, I wouldn't say a vacation, but, leaving the state, into going to somewhere, it's hot, it's cooler. So I say it's fun for us going out there and going to Universal Studios. I said it's my third time. But other than that, have fun with the team, just build more bonds like we've been doing.
Yeah.
Glenn?
Yeah, I was able to go to Universal Studios once when I was, I believe, 10 years old. So, yeah, it's a really long time ago. But it's going to be awesome to see what's changed out there. I'm sure they updated some rides, some attractions. And just like they were saying, just the team camaraderie, just bonding with the team, taking your mind off football a little bit, and then just for that short amount of time to where you can kick back, relax, and then next day, right back at it, practice in the morning.
Kind of like what they said, and even Clint. I've only been to Florida once, and it was to like Disney and Universal, and I was probably 10 too. I think I was in 5th grade maybe. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't know if you say I'm a nerd about like the Marvel stuff, but I know when I was a kid they had some Marvel stuff down there, so I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit. And I know my roommate Tristan Tavis, he'll definitely geek out down there. And I'm just looking forward to creating more memories with the guys, because I mean that's something that people I don't know necessarily look at, but that's something that we really get to take advantage of every day, and that a lot of people don't get to experience that. So, and also, just being able to sit by the pool in the sun and just kind of hang out.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.